Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. Yo, what it do, man? It's your boy E. Ali and the Thule Do. I'm your boy, your host, E. Ali. The weekly news, no cap. Used to be formerly the weekly news recap, but now it's weekly news, no cap. We ain't capping in here, y'all. E. Ali and the Thule Do. Listen, man, this is one of these shows, man, where I definitely try to watch what I say. I try to respect others and shit like that. This ain't no show where I'm getting on here bashing, trying to just blatantly trying to disrespect people. I try to look at both angles of it and shit like that before I just give my opinion and shit. You know what I mean? So that's what that is. Then I try to encourage, inspire, motivate, teach, learn, encourage. I take all criticism. I take even the hate shit, man. Give me the hate, all that, the bullshit. Shoot that at me. You know what I'm saying? Because all I'm going to do is take that because I use the hating with somebody saying as criticism, constructive criticism. And I just readjust it. You know what I'm saying? I build on it too. You know, I know how I know things. See, the thing is, I'm a painter, or you know, I didn't work in construction, so I know how to make something old look new. You know what I'm saying? So even with the hate, I know how to turn that round and make it take the positive from it. Cause there's some positive inside that shit if you can weave out through the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? There's some positive in that hate. But it been a lot of shit going on the internet these days with Katt Williams shit, bro. That shit, he got shit lit this year, coming in 2012. January 12th, 2024. But last week, Katt did an interview on Club Shay Shay. I'm wondering about that. Shannon Sharpe, Club Shay Shay. Who is Shay Shay? Shannon. Nevertheless, it's even been shit said about Shannon, because they've been saying about Shannon being at the games with his stylist too many times. I could see maybe one time at the game and shit, but not repeatedly. You know, you need to be in them locations with a woman, man. You know, you need to have a woman with you and shit. Bad one too. You got too much bread, bro. Shit. Pussy for sale too. Yeah, you can buy pussy. So, nevertheless, motherfuckers buy crack, you can buy pussy. And they buy weed, so shit, get on. You addicted to something. Everybody, liquor, clothing, Gucci bags, shoes, hairstyles, what is them? RTX, what's them cars and shit, STRs and all them kind of them fast whips and shit. Everybody got an addiction. But with 8 billion people on the planet, don't get caught up with I say, because this just a small drop in the bucket. 8 billion people on the planet. It's just my little opinion. It don't matter to nobody. This E. Ali and the Thule Do, Toledo, Ohio, one of Toledo, Ohio's premier podcasts. This is independently black-owned, self-motivated, self-created. You know what I'm saying? So nevertheless, man, this your boy E. Ali in the Thule Do. Katt Williams broke the internet last week talking about on Club Shay Shay. Club Shay Shay, Shannon Sharpe's show. Nevertheless, he criticized some of his fellow comedians, some of his colleagues and shit, as if I can say that. Just criticize them in terms of their ethics, some of their decisions and shit like that. You know, character, basically, from his perspective. He told it, you know, from his perspective. Told in the sense of why, you know, some of the roles he hasn't been able to, or you see him and you see these other people that then blew up just real gigantic, and you wonder why some of these other guys might have not came up or wasn't able to do that, or like, you know, they don't get some of the same big shots, you know what I'm saying? And so Katt basically exposed that there's things within the industry that prohibit those individuals who basically, he flat out said it, as a man who want to protect his butthole. You know what I mean? You can't be willing to just give up your butt, your integrity, you know what I mean? And shit like that for these high roads and to get into some of the places. I mean, even Terry Crews, during the Me Too movement a few years ago, when that came up and came out, you know, he said, you know, somebody, what was it? I think it was his agent grabbed his crotch and shit like that, you know, in front of his wife, you know, basically letting him know he wants some sausage before you can excel into the, you know what I mean, into the Hollywood and become a big star. You know, you got to give up some of that meat, you know. You got to dip that in somebody's peanut butter jar. That kind of shit. I ain't on that shit, man. I'm letting you know I'm coming in the door now. This my own little thing. I wish to be big and go, you know, be gigantic and shit like that. But it ain't happening, bro. I don't want all that. I just want my effort. I want what's given, cause God is only gonna give you what's for you. I only want a little bit, man, to do a few little things in the community. You know. $1 million worth of games signed for $1 million. $100 million. $100 million. I don't need that much. You wouldn't say I wouldn't like it and I wouldn't take it. And could I go, you know, could I buy to some of the terms? I have to read the literature. I have to read the contract and see what it entails. But if it has some shit, have to give up a first child or some grandkids and give up some butt, eat some butt, dip in some butt, other than a lady. But some man butt, old crusty up man, no, it ain't happening. Not with your boy. You know, so I feel Katt in some of them areas. You know what I'm saying? Would I put on a dress to further my career? I'm a man, so, and, you know, I thought about it when I was a kid. You know, I might have put on my mama's shoes one time or something like that to try to see how, you know, as a kid, I ain't had no daddy or nothing like that to smack me upside my motherfucking head and tell me what the fuck you doing in your mama's shoes. You know what I'm saying? But outside of that, nah, man. Nah, I got integrity. Yeah. Plus, I got grandkids, nephews, and shit like that. I got cats that look up to me, man, that would be disappointing to them, and I wouldn't want to make them think that was cool for I mean, because somebody else, they didn't know, for like David Chappelle said, they didn't already burnt that role out. So you ain't got to put another black man in a dress, man, to find some humor or to be funny. Other than that, you trying to degrade that individual. That's all you trying to do. That's it. He exposed that fact now. We don't have to put on, Katt didn't put it out there so far, we don't have to put on a dress no more, Katt. Thank you, Katt. Ain't no more dresses after this shit. Katt didn't see it. Katt didn't put shit out there where now you can identify what the fuck is going on, y'all. Pay attention now. You motherfuckers better pay attention. He done exposed what the fuck is going on. And you son of them bitches is being exposed. Y'all want to dip something in some cookie? Y'all want to dip something in somebody motherfucking peanut butter jar? Or you want your peanut butter jar dipped in? You motherfuckers. Katt Williams done told the truth. But I done did a little bit of the little research and shit like that. Well, just a little bit. I looked at the video roughly about 4 times. Just picking little shit out. And then I also went back and looked at some of the claims he made with, because Said my guy, man. You ain't gonna turn me from Said. You know, Said deserve what he doing, man. All them boys deserve Steve Harvey too, man. Even if he's shucking and jucking and smiling and But for me, and it's hard to say, because they both from Ohio. So Steve know and Katt know the fucking struggle coming out of Cincinnati, and Steve, Cincinnati and Dayton areas, Katt, and Steve coming from Ohio. Now, I'm from Toledo. We from the Toledo, right? So to know that, and to been in both areas, been in Cleveland, it's somewhat the same little shit. Been in the joint, been around them same dudes and shit like that. Some niggas in Ohio shuck and juck. They own some of them do that. You know. It's, I guess in some aspect of business, as a black man, you have to compromise. You have to not compromise. It's gonna be uncomfortable. Let me say that. You ain't gotta compromise shit, but shit gonna be uncomfortable. Shit gonna feel uncomfortable to your integrity in terms of how you feel and how you. I can see that for sure. You know what I'm saying? But Cleveland, right? And seeing that, shit, he can't automatically just call out Steve as being fake and shit like that. He might have fake tendency, but them niggas in Cleveland ain't gonna let that nigga go down like that, bro. Coming from Cleveland. That's just my opinion, and I can tell you this. This just my humble opinion, for the most part, from when I drive and, you know, I've been in shit. Cleveland appears to me, like, for instance, if you gonna live in Ohio, you know what I mean, especially black, right? If you black, it's only it's 3 places. These is the places you want to stay. Just from my point of view, looking at it. Number 1 place you want to be, and I done been around. Now, if you want to have black, that real black cultural type of feeling and vibe, where you see Negro accomplishments and feel good about yourself as being black, Cleveland is the number 1 spot to me, and then Cincinnati and Dayton. You know what I'm saying? Dayton is more than Cincinnati, but Dayton for sure. Like, Dayton got that vibe, bro. Like, niggas wanna succeed. You know what I mean? That was this why I love Dayton per se, with the women wise, right? Dayton, one of them bad motherfucker spots when I was going down there Central. See, you got Central State down in Dayton, right? So you got this cultural thing of black pride and all that. Wilberforce across the street from Central State. So Dayton got that vibe. So that's what make Dayton just this vibrant, when you come from, you know, I don't know how and it's funny because when you live there, some people, you can see how some people might not, but when you come from another spot, you see opportunities. That's just, I don't care where you go. When you go to another spot, you see where the people living in that town aren't taking advantage of some of the shit that you see especially coming from a struggling town like like me from Toledo. And when you go to these vibrant spots that got some a little look like they got a little go, and it's a little bit more exchange of the commerce where black folks have a little bit more being a little more hospitable towards and just more wanting to give you $1 if you got something to sell them. See, in Toledo, one of them motherfucking spots, the only thing you can sell in this bitch is some drugs to a motherfucker, right? That black. You can't count on opening a spot and motherfuckers coming to support your shit because you got a good product and you getting them. You ain't gonna get that here unless you doing some hair. The only thing that you doing hair wise, so to speak, is hair and shit like that. But nevertheless, let's get back to the subject. Now, let's get off. Katt Williams. My bad, y'all, because I was about to get political, but just trying to give y'all some content because I'm from Ohio, and Katt Williams said some shit, right? Being from Ohio and know where he come from, Dayton, but then also knowing where Steve Harvey come from with Cleveland. But for me, just looking at it, where you got them, where you got that black pride, that black shit for niggas to get money and shit like that, Cleveland is that spot if black. So it's hard for me to think that Steve Harvey is all the way sold the fuck out. Like that nigga a clever businessman, you know what I'm saying? And he using what the fuck he got and making his opportunity. So Katt kind of a little bit hating on that aspect. Now with the Kevin Hart and all them other motherfuckers and shit, hey man, now I'm gonna stand up for Steve cause I fucks with Cleveland, bro. I've been to the joint with them niggas and shit. A couple of them cats been partners of mine. You know what I mean? I vibe with them niggas from Cleveland, especially when like in some joints or some facilities you can go to, it'll be Cleveland and Toledo niggas will be slim. So they usually somewhat, because we up north a little bit, we kind of link up a little bit, especially if you go down into a spot in central Ohio and it's mainly Columbus niggas and shit. You know what I'm saying? But Cleveland niggas can stand on their own, yo, for sure. Toledo niggas stand on their shit too, right? But nevertheless, what I'm saying is with them Cleveland niggas, what I just noticed in terms of just when you go there in the vibe, man, I love that shit, bro. They culturally, like black folks got shit there, man. Y'all got to think, man. Quit playing. Cleveland niggas had Don King in the 70s and the 60s, man. The heavyweight boxing shit was in the heart of Cleveland, man. You know what I'm saying? Don King was making moves for shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? If you remember Jim Brown, motherfucker, in the Summit. You know what I mean? Cleveland known for the Summit, where Jim Brown brought Muhammad Ali, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, just to name a few, in terms of sitting down and talking about, you know, as being the major sports figures at that time, talking about civil rights, and they was making their impact as terms of sports athletes, in terms of, you know, saying, hey man, this shit ain't right. Y'all got us entertaining y'all and shit like that, but my people can't come in the same facility that we entertaining you motherfuckers for and get treated decently and shit. So it was that kind of shit that them brothers was fighting for, man. So hey man, y'all tripping, man. Cleveland, and where, that's all I'm saying about Steve Harvey and that shit with the cat. But that other shit with how he said with the fake ass shit with like Kevin Hart and shit like that and shit, you know, once you look at the receipts and look at some of the shit he did, some of the roles, some of the shit he said he had in tech, because I looked at some of the interviews and shit like that and what he said, and for sure, man, what Katt was saying, man, was, you know, it was cut, man. It was real shit, yo. You know what I'm saying? I like the little shit Mike Epps said, like, damn, nigga, you ain't put me in there. Nigga, you could have lied on some shit, or, nigga, I could have told you some shit that you could have exposed. Give me some of that exposure shit. You know what I'm saying? Because basically when you do that, you had to go back in some aspects and look at what some of the shit he did and look at some of these guys' career and analyze what some of the shit they did and some of the roles. So that generated hits, screams, and all that by him exposing these individuals, and you go, because I know that clip for Cedric came up, you know, that clip with Cedric did that. I know he got a bunch of hits from that right there, because I went back and I looked at it. The only thing I can say, Katt had said something about your music being so loud that you can't hear your car. You know, have you ever been in a situation where, motherfucker, your music so loud you can't hear your car stall out or cut off? You know what I'm saying? And it was this kind of situation where he was telling this joke about the car music being so loud you couldn't hear your car stall out and shit, and it was just the way he did the bounce move and shit. So Said told a story about a spaceship, and your spaceship being decked out, a nigga going into space, right? This was said something about, you know, hey man, shit, can you imagine when the niggas go up into space, man? The nigga got a space, and so he did the same, basically, body gesture as Katt did in terms of explaining the joke. The body gesture was the same, but the joke, he might have he took that joke and what he said, but he springboarded off that and did something else and just did the body gesture, so to speak, of the joke. You know what I mean? How a cat would be riding and shit in a spaceship, to where Katt was talking about music too loud in a car and your shit stalled out. I don't see the comparison. The only thing I see is now if you're talking about the body gesture, okay, and then I'm just only making a comment, not really understanding the fullness of how comedians view that. But if you look at it, every joke is a regurgitation of all the other jokes. You just tell it a different way, tell it a different, you know what I mean? You flip it and turn, not the same exactly joke, but similarities of certain jokes. You know, I'm assuming. But yeah, man, Katt blew the shit up with that shit, you know, criticizing those guys. You know, I just went back and looked at some Kevin Hart shit, you know what I'm saying? You know, and just like at that term when he did make that transition into you know, getting the money, I seen that he did abandon his first wife and his first family, you know what I mean, before he got that money. So I don't know if that's some kind of sign, some shit. But then also, early on when he did catch the bag, you said he had that incident where the girl exposed him and shit like that. So, you know, I'm sure, you know, you could see where in certain situations where, you know, see, this the thing, even with Puff, right? You could see where they built these guys up, hold them as a thing, and if they step out of line in some aspects, man, that shit come tumbling down, man. They piss somebody, when they up there and shit like that, if they piss somebody up, don't do something somebody want them to do and shit like that, don't expose something, don't promote, don't miseducate, however you want, man, they come tumbling down. You know what I'm saying? So it be the little shit along the way as you try to climb and build yourself up within these industries and shit, movie, music. I'm sure journalism has the same. Any of these industries where you're trying to get to this big bag, or these, you know, you're trying to influence and get this media thing. You could see where, you know, you possibly got gatekeepers and they holding you, you know, holding it out. You know what I'm saying? So my thing, man, is I don't give a fuck about none of that, bro. I'm here just for myself for the most part, you know, because I had these thoughts within myself, and then and I be trying to share 'em with some of the motherfuckers around me around this bitch, but half of these motherfuckers is culturally retarded. You know what I mean? That's why you look at our city and look how it go down and how it look. Motherfuckers don't even pay attention to this bullshit, bro. Like we ain't, like within the inner, like west of the like east of the viaduct, bro. You know, that viaduct to run through the whole city. We east of the viaduct. Just look within that city, or look within that block of the city. And I'm talking about that east of the viaduct. And like I done told y'all, for many who haven't been to Toledo, who come travel, there's this railroad track to run through the whole city and shit, right? And so you can connect this train track like on one part of the train track. Let me see. So where the first part some people might be familiar with is when you coming up Phillips. When you coming up Phillips, and sometimes when that train stop you from going up Phillips and you trying to go to Savannah or vice versa, or you trying to get to the E-way, the expressway to go 75 or hit Detroit and shit, and you coming up Phillips or you coming up Savannah, and when you come to that train track right there, that train track run through the whole city, right? That's the first connection part of it. The second part that you run into that train, but it's a you come under the underpath, which is a viaduct, is by what is that, by Jeep, that old Jeep, the new turnabout where you coming up Detroit and you hit the new turnabout. What's that? I don't know what that little street is. That ain't Cherry or something, but that's right there. Okay, but where y'all can probably a little more familiar. The next part of the viaduct would be on Central. If you notice, when you go down Central, you go under that bridge by the old Jeep, right before you get to the now if you coming from downtown, right before you get to the bus, or after you get to up under the viaduct, you see to your left, you'll see the Tartar bus station. Or you can now turn into the new work area, or the new work area where Dana is and all that, but you come up under that viaduct right there. So as you go down the street, the next part you can come to that viaduct will probably be Delaware. You can, if you're going down Delaware, you can hit the raggedy part. Y'all know, down in the cracks of Delaware, you see the viaduct. The next major street is Monroe and Bancroft. Both of them have that bridge over the top. The next one is Oakwood. You get stopped by that same strip of track that run through the city. If you go down Oakwood, you can't go over. You get stopped, and so now you got to go down Door. You get stopped at that same train track on Nebraska. On the part of Detroit, you can go under that. And so that train track run through the whole city. Now look at everything east of the viaduct, which is, look at the viaduct and then come back towards downtown. So from east, we east of the viaduct. Everything else is west of the viaduct. So if you standing at Swainfield, you east of the viaduct. If west of the viaduct is everything on the other side. So you talking about like everything on Upton, Auburn, and that everything up that towards TU, everything on the other side of TU, basically, right? Just look at that area, man. You know, drive through. It's depressing. You know, it's sad. You know, that's the Toledo. You know, that's the part that I'm talking. That's the Toledo right there. Everything else is Toledo, but the Toledo is east of the viaduct. The bulk of the bullshit, where ain't no economic and development been for years. The only thing that came through that motherfucker is maybe a couple McDonald's, You had rallies that came through within a few years. Rallies, you know, they ain't even they got the same Wendy's. You know, they probably upgraded and did it maybe once or twice. Once, you know what I'm saying? The gas station, they just redid the gas station. They just redid the gas station on by the expressway. You know, other than that, that's the only the development, you know, Monroe Carryout, because that area, people don't know that where Monroe Carryout used to be. That used to be a hotel that sit right there. So they brought that in. You know, a couple little plazas and shit like that, man. Nothing major, like nothing. You know, the credit union. We didn't have the credit union. Swainfield been up there. We done lost all kind of shit in there. We ain't got a, you know, you used to go up there and do your shopping. That used to be Central Toledo where, you know, you can go up there. Kroger's used to be up there back in the day. Chris's Grocery Plus, Save a Lot. What else was up there? Somebody else was up there. Joseph, Chris's. But nevertheless, that shit, bro. Like, you know, and them brothers still run. The Joseph brothers still running because them the Seaway, the guys that run Seaway, basically. You know, they used to be up there at Swainfield back in the day. But nevertheless, nothing, you know, nothing going on vibrant wise, man. Nothing is encouraging to motivate the people to want to, you know, do something. Then this motherfucker, man, I don't know what's wrong with us and our effort in terms of picking up the fucking trash. Like Toledo is trash, man. I mean, it's garbage every fucking where. Don't nobody give a fuck about they city, bro. Like we gotta care about more than our city than everybody else. Like little criticism, everybody, you know, shit like that, man. We gotta definitely care about our shit. We get criticized all the time about this city, man, and we can't take heart to that. You know what I'm saying? But Katt Williams definitely exposed a lot of shit that's gonna have to change around here, and just telling the truth about some of the bullshit that you see. You know, some of the shit that's going on that you constantly see, and you see something that's fugazi and shit, something that don't motivate you and encourage you. You know what I'm saying? Something that don't give motivation to us to do better. That's what we got to do, man. We got to be on top of our game. You know what I mean? And quit lollygagging and shit like that. You know, quit taking the back seat to a lot of the bullshit that goes on in this city. You know what I mean? Katt said a lot of shit that can encourage us in terms of some of the fake shit that we see, in terms of some of the people in the positions that hold these positions, that how we don't hold these people accountable for our suffering. Some of the shit that we see. We don't see no real economic growth, no development and shit like that in the inner city of Toledo, especially where the Negroes live, man. You know what I mean? So that kind of shit, bro, like we definitely got to get better at that. Identifying, talking up, saying, participating. You know what I mean? The one thing that I do, man, that I can help out being that I'm a grandparent now, so I try to encourage my grandkids, bro, to do. And see, and that's what I say, man, in terms of with that gangster shit, you know, just a OG, right? And when these dudes try to promote the street life and promote that bullshit and keeping it real and all that, the thing is, I tell with kids, man, keep it real with yourself. Keep it real with your parents and your teachers and your pastor and the people that care about you. Keep it real with they telling you, man. Like, stay away from the bullshit, stay away from the trouble, the negativity. You know, keep your hands to yourself. You know what I mean? Don't be negative towards others. Don't invite motherfuckers to want to disrespect you by disrespecting them, Because you can get in a situation where that, or where you know where there's disrespect, or where it's a bunch of tough motherfuckers at, and all the, if you ain't tough, don't go around. Don't have your ass in that area. Like some areas where the bullshit, I don't go, bro. I ain't trying to be tough. I ain't going over there. What for? Those got them guys constantly pushing they manhood. I ain't into that. My manhood don't consist of trying to flex it. You know. My manhood trying to get me to 80, bro. Cool, calm, and collective, yo. That's how we do this thing. You know what I mean? So that's what I tell the young brothers, and see what I tell cats and older cats is, man, keep it real. Tell what you tell your grandkids, man. I talk to everybody as if I'm talking to my grandson, bro. In most cases. So it's always in a coaching. I'm coaching. He's 14 now. So I'm trying to coach him up. Trying to encourage him to look at shit. Look, bro, do this. You gonna come off better. You better start paying the fucking attention. You know what I'm saying? 4 years, you be 18, you know, coming up out of high school. What do you want to do? Where do you want to be? What do you want to see? What do you want to drive, man? You got to put an effort into that. So he's encouraging now, man. He trying to get him a job and shit. So we gonna try to see to it that he gets some employment and shit. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, just the shit that Katt had to say, man, is real. Motherfuckers is fake as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Now, like I say, some of the shit that I it's hard for me. I can see where Steve Harvey, you know, did some shit or whatever, you know what I mean? But Steve Harvey, as a hustler coming out of Ohio, man, Ohio player, man, he making the moves. You know what I'm saying? So I see a little timing and shit, but you know what I mean? What the fuck? That's to get that kind of paper he getting to, you know what I'm saying, and looking at the path, you know, shit, man. Each his own, bro. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna throw Steve all the way under the bus from that. And that's just me that's just me being around and hanging out in Cleveland and shit. Like, ain't no way them niggas gonna let that nigga be fugazi like that. They you know, it's enough niggas, he feeding enough motherfuckers, man. Shit. Ain't no way he can get that shit off. Now coming out of the Cleveland, you know what I'm saying? You built a certain way, man. Plus to me, man, I got a feeling like Cleveland might be one of them spots, man, like in Ohio. I'm just talking about Ohio, where that might be a spot, man, where it might be where the most black millionaires might stay in that Cuyahoga County type vibe. I'm getting that vibe that, you know what I'm saying, them, you know, foreign ass black accomplishment is more seen visual to me in Cleveland than any place in Ohio. Just my opinion, man. That's and I just like the vibe of how the vibe is with the sisters and all that shit, just with the black folks, period, man. I love that shit. So I'm on that, bro. Like, I ain't tripping. Real. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I feel about that in the Steve Harvey and Katt. Now them other niggas, man, you know, and then I stick up for Shed with that too, but shit, that other shit, I could see the fugazi and the bullshit. So, you know, he called it out for what it is. Just for me, man, as an OG of how shit is and how I see it. So that's what it is, bro. You know what I mean? Nigga taking heed to what's being said and better look at that. You know what I'm saying? So that's that, man. It was a lot of shit. It was a lot of shit to unpack. But like I say, again, just looking at the shit that I seen what he said about said, man, you know what I mean, with that little joke, you know, and the other little shit, you know, talking about his weight, you know, he just was being funny and shit like that. You know what I mean? But you know, shit, he done been in enough little movies and little shit, man, and came up on some paper. You know what I'm saying? So it's, you know, this is a little hey, did ever have I seen said in a dress? But he do the one. I don't know. I don't know. I have to check into that, man. But I don't agree with the dress makeup to try to be successful. That ain't what we gonna do, man. We gonna try to do something. We gonna do something else, man. You know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna be part of no fugazi ass shit like that, man. E.I.Lee and the Thule do. Nah, man. The weekly news, no cap, man. That's all this is, man. We hope to get a little bigger than that. I got little other ideas, other little podcast shit. I'm gonna shoot my little pictures, man, and shit like that. Film little things, and hopefully, man, those things will pop off and shit like that. So that's what we gonna do about that. You know what I'm saying? So this your boy, man. E.I.Lee and the Thule do the weekly news, no cap. January 12th, 2024. The English, the web went bananas last week with your boy Katt Williams, turning it up, blazing some of his fellow comedians and some of the people in which he worked with and then had encounters with. Just talking about from Faison Love to Steve Harvey to Kevin Hart. You know, just exposing some of the fake shit that he's seen and that he see going on and shit. He even said some shit about not going to a P. Diddy party and because he want to save his butthole. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that, man. So it was explosive. It was a lot. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure everybody done seen and heard what the shit. You know, I done watched it, like I said, I done watched it roughly 4 times now, man. So motherfuckers gonna probably be tuning in with that shit till the summer, man. Keep going. That just then set his motherfucking new stand-up shows and shit like that. They gonna be crazy this year, you know what I mean? And for me, man, if they were smart in terms of just a marketing thing, you know what I mean, and how you killing, man, you put him on something with you, and you go in there and slaughter him. Like for Katt or like Steve Harvey, you put him in the spot where you got him in and you tear his ass up with some jokes. You know what I'm saying? That's how you do that. Dethrone that shit. Flame motherfuckers with shit. You know what I'm saying? That's the only way. That's the only way you get over and shit. Put him in something and tear his ass up, yo. So, yo, Kevin Hart, Steve Harvey and shit. It's definitely Steve Harvey, man. You know, Steve Harvey, man, man, holla at me, man. You know what I'm saying? We got a couple people back this way, man, and write up some shit. We got some funny guys that can't get exposures and shit around this piece too, man. So holla at your boy E.I.Lee and the Thule do. Where it ain't nothing to do. 45 minutes out of Detroit, Michigan, man. Yeah, we getting at it. This your boy E.I.Lee and the Thule do. Thursday night, 7 o'clock. Facebook, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube, man. Where right now where we put the thing together. This is basically, man, a pre-recorded show. I've been trying to stay up on that kind of shit, man, just to stay actively involved and so that I can offer a good product, man. You know what I mean? I want to be able to do my best for my people, man, and give up some good information and just give up a real good OG opinion about what the fuck I see, how I see, and what I see. And you know what I mean? So just that, man, just trying to make my effort and making sure that happen well. and making sure that go down the way it's supposed to. This is your boy E. Ali in the Toolie Do, man. You know what I mean? So, hey, man, it's been fun. But Katt Williams been tearing this shit up, man. Everybody need to gain that perspective in terms of what he said and how he said it. You know, look at it from the perspective of the fake shit that's being displayed. You know, look at the narrative. You know. Also, man, a lot of people gonna look at it like he hating. You know, a lot of people gonna look at it from that perspective. That Katt was hating and shit. So, with that being said, man, this your boy E. Ali in the Toolie Do. I want y'all, man, to take this year to be kind. Find something positive in everything. Look at the positive in everything that you do. Look whatever somebody show you, that's what that is. Pay attention to body language. You know, I always been able trying to assess that and been able to do that well, for so to speak. You know. So. And so, man, in this year, you know, that kind of shit made me, with the Katt shit, just definitely made me try to gain a new insight in terms of how I view shit, or just in terms of as I try to make this effort into this situation to understand that it's gonna be a hell of a journey, bro. You know what I'm saying? And so just me being consistent, so therefore I gotta find something other than what I'm doing this for. You know, it gotta be a deeper meaning and a deeper passion has to be discovered each week that I put forth a show. Because the money, it's gonna be a while before the bread come in. You know what I'm saying? I'm motivated and angled and got my expectations high in terms of that. But, you know, I'm dropping the seeds, but I got to keep building. I got to keep communicating. Got to get better at my writing. Got to get better, you know, subject matter. Studying the topic more. Being more informative in terms of who I'm seeking. But just, it's simple. And I always tell my grandson, and that's what I have to do, is who, what, where, when, how, and why. And just keep always answering that. Keep that in my mind, the who, what, where, why, when, and how, and why. Who, what, where, when, why, and how, and why. And if I stay on that course in terms of when I'm doing my research and investigation in terms of topics that I find enlightening, encouraging, motivating, uplifting, sometimes funny, sometimes not so funny. But when I come across and I bring them stories or bring them topics and things that might go viral, because this shit is only being reported, the shit that's locally, shit that's regional. You know, when I say regional, shit that might go on Chicago, Toledo, Detroit, Pittsburgh, Philly, St. Louis, Kentucky, Louisville, Lexington, you know, Indianapolis, Indiana, Fort Wayne, and shit like that. Just Detroit and just in this area, you know. Just that right there, bro. You know, it's enough shit going on. And then some of the shit that might go viral. But getting progressively and offer some financial support, you know, to have a piece on that, you know. Because in this episode, I have segments of like for 1 Shine, which is really a morning show. You know, I'm hoping to turn the 4-1 shine into 6 o'clock in the morning, getting up, exercising, encouraging the people to do their thing. 4-1 shine. Let's go. I'm your boy E. Ali. Let's get at it. You know, that's the one thing that I can bring forth that's encouraging and motivating for the people. That the 4-1 shine. You know, because I'm up at 6 o'clock in the morning most cases, doing my thing. So come 7 o'clock, kind of get a little tired, but 4-1, hey, then like who's up? In most cases in these cities, motherfuckers is lazy as fuck and still sitting around doing shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's how that go, man. This your boy E. Ali in the Thule Do. We out. Have you came up with a name for your podcast? Yeah. We from the TOLEDO. OHIO. We from the TOLEDO. OHIO. It's E. Ali in the Thule Do. E. Ali. E. Ali. It's E. Ali in the Thule Do. E. Ali. E. Ali. We from the TOLEDO. OHIO. We from the TOLEDO. OHIO. It's E. Ali in the Thule Do. E. Ali. Yeah. E. Ali. It's E. Ali in the Thule Do. E. Ali. E. Ali. We from the TOLEDO. OHIO. E. Ali in the Thule Do. We out.